Hello, 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 people. Welcome to the stream. Today, we are going to be working on doing some salvage at the North Pole, as we just took it out in the last episode, and setting up some nuclear processing. I'm going to figure out how that all works and where I want to set it up. So let's head on over into the game. As we see, this is quite literally... Oh, and I gotta unmute the desktop audio. There we go. Now you can hear the game. Quite literally, from where the last episode ended, we are right there. And we have the North Pole base in all of its glory, in all of its blown upness, which is all resting on this single piece of armor here. You guys are not hearing anything. I've got my audio working as far as I can tell. Or am I crazy? Music is a little loud. Alright. I'll turn down the in-game audio a bit. It's 3 decibels there. Sure. And we can go into here and pull that down. We don't need in-game music. Okay. Goody, goody, goody. Things are coming through. Wonderful. I can always unmute my own stream. Okay. Hey, yeah, I hear myself. There we go. Wonderful. So, this Marauder did some really good work. And although it is a little bit damaged, he took a couple hits and we lost a wheel. And the Warthog here has lost a piece of wing, which I don't think I can repair without going back to base. So, the first thing, actually, while the stream is getting going, is we just need to start flying back to base, as there's literally not much we can do here at the moment. Uranium. Get off the parking, get onto our thrusters, lift off. And the question is, which way is the flag tower? It is that way. We have 87 kilometers to fly, which is a very long duration. But that'll be a good way to get the stream started. Give people time to get in here. Run. There we go. Now we're cruising. Just gonna reset my speed here. I'm always particular about the speed being in increments of 5. It makes me feel good. And we'll go fast. We got fuel to burn on this thing, so we can go 90 meters a second. But this is really funny. When you're near the North Pole and you set it to a particular, like, direction, you can see I'm actually flying in I'm actually turning, but I'm not. My plane is just trying to stay on that bearing. The bearing is changing because I'm so close to the North Pole. It is a little annoying trying to drive around up here. But we are heading towards Flak Tower, which we should just be able to put that in, right? Don't I have... Oh, I don't have that set up. Do I even have a remote control in here? Nope. Okay, I can't do that then. I just have to constantly turn right. Because realistically, I almost need to set this straight south. Then eventually I'll get there. Did you put my planes in the workshop? No, my planes suck. Or at least I believe they suck, so therefore I don't want to put them up. But I think we're far enough away from the North Pole that our route has somewhat stabilized. And there is a mountain in the way, but we'll get to that in a moment. We are going to stand on the wing here and stand out on the edge of the wing because those engines are loud. And think about nuclear. So we have reprocessor. Oh, that's usable uranium from spent fuel. Okay. Produces spent fuel. Steel turbine produces 500 steam a second. Oh, do I actually want to go into steam? That is a very good question. Because the rest of the power blocks... I wonder... Do I want to do that, or do I just want to do a regular old reactor? I don't know. And it looks like we are on track to miss that thing. Although, again, we are slowly turning left. Frozen Fortress of Nuclear Solitude. I have to figure out what processes uranium in this mod pack. Because I don't know. I haven't messed with steam at all, so it makes it kind of fun to do a nuclear reactor. Standard fission nuclear reactor. High efficiency and power output. Produces spent fuel. Must be connected to a turbine and produces 500 steam a second. And then we have steam turbine and turbine mirrored. Ooh, look at that thing. And then there's the steam pipes coming out of the top. That looks cool. I think that thing could work quite nicely. So you put that in a row, and then you have these steam turbines, and I'm slowly running off the edge here. And then we have... Where's our steam pipes? Ah, there they are. You have buffer tanks and steam pipes. And these things take 50 steam a second to make 50 megawatts. Damn! A single... I'm currently running my base on gasoline engines, and they make 15 each. If this makes 500 steam, it's 500 megawatts of power with this thing running at full speed. That's pretty damn awesome. God, this is going to take such a long time to fly there. We're going to have to make sure we grab all of the materials on the C-130 and fly back in one go, because this is going to take forever. We gotta fly through these mountains, across this entire ocean, and all the way back to base. Which mod is the nuclear stuff? It's in the industrial overhaul mod. Yeah, 500 megawatts of power. I mean, that's a ton of power for my base. So, what do we got for people watching right now? 41 concurrent viewers. Well, welcome to the stream. I'm glad you guys were able to make it tonight. And while we've got maybe another 5, 6, 7 minutes of flight here until we get back home, as we are going as fast as this plane will allow, make sure I check my gasoline tanks to... Oh yeah, I got another hour and 43 minutes of flight time. Grabbing any and all uranium to power his stuff. It is so bulky, though. I wonder what the there is the normal reactors, which are like this RTG, low power output but extremely long lasting, and there's a compact reactor. So what are these things here? this little RTG puts out only 250 kilowatts. Oh, I should probably steer my plane. But 250 kilowatts, and these engines put out, yeah, 1.5 megawatts. So I'd have to have a lot of those RTGs on my plane for it to work, at least to power this plane. And as soon as I'm up and over this terrain and flying over the ocean, I can take another look. I just don't want to crash into a side of a mountain here in a moment. That would not be a good thing. Any tips for someone who wants to stream but is nervous for talking on mic? I don't know, just... Well, how... Man, doing YouTube and streaming and making videos was something to massively increase my ability to talk in crowds and to talk with people. I am introverted 100%, and rewind maybe 5 years before I started doing YouTube and working more professionally and having to do these interactions and such, and I was like, I had difficulty holding conversations because that was just who I was. And what I found was, if I didn't know what to talk about, if I was making a video or something, just narrate what the hell you're thinking. Just, it's actually kind of funny. It was a thing that I picked up and started doing when I was learning to drive, because that was what my driving instructor was like. Oh, hey, if you're ever nervous and while you're driving, make a running commentary on what is happening and be like, okay, I'm driving down the street, I see there's a pedestrian there, doesn't look like they're going to cross, I can keep going straight, there's a stop sign coming up, I'm going to have to stop for that. And you just run through your mind, like your process, and then you just keep doing that whenever you're nervous, and eventually you just keep speaking and get so used to speaking that you can just blabber for hours and days. Research base. That is a neutral research base. Oh, it's blown up. That's kind of cool. Never mind that. So I don't know, you just have to... Unfortunately, it's something that just comes with practice. You just have to start talking, and eventually you'll get it. Let's see. Back out of here. So the little RTG only gives me 250 kilowatts, which is not much, but that would be perfect for like a tiny little satellite or something. Just need a little bit of power. This reactor gives me 10 megawatts. That is actually conceivable. What is this? This is 3 wide, 3 by 3 by 3? You know, it's actually conceivable to take these engines out and replace this with a compact reactor. Well, I would love to fix the wing, but I have no materials. I don't have any grids here. At least I don't think I do. I have some steel plate, but whatever. We're a wounded bird heading home, 50 kilometers away. Because look at these guys. These guys give off 1.5 each, and this thing requires like 2 something, right? Where's my thrusters in this list? There we go. Max usage is 2.4. So yeah, I'm only using 5. I could totally get away with just adding a single one of these large, like this compact reactor, which gives me 10. And then this This plane could be nuclear powered. And then it would have like infinite range. Yeah, totally. Let's do that. When we get back, this thing's getting ripped apart, taking all these gasoline engines out, and we're making this A10 nuclear powered. That is epic. And I believe we're actually going to fly by the Platinum, aren't we? Yeah. So literally the Platinum is about halfway from Uranium to the Flak Tower. We think about some of my logistics I have to do. We can see where we started. Uranium up there at the North Pole. There's Platinum halfway in the ocean, where we are now. And there's the Flak Tower and the base pretty much on the equator. And then way over here on this side, you've got gold. So it'd actually be probably easier if I flew to uranium and then down to gold. If I was gonna like make a multi-stop trip. Yeah, it's just a quick flight back from Platinum. And what is it over there? That is titanium is on that island, right? Yeah, titanium is over there. Carving all down the polar uranium. The thing is man, even if I wasn't using that drill head mod, the oh god, the mod that adds these little drill things. Where are they? There's my titanium base. We've got these things which produce infinite resources, which I absolutely love because they don't deform the terrain. Even if I didn't have these that do infinite resources, these nodes are so large that it would be inconceivable to be able to use all of the resources at a node in any reasonable amount of time. So it's literally never going to run out of uranium, at least if you didn't like play on this world for hundreds of hours and dedicate yourself to try to burn all the uranium away. And I love that I have 56 people just watching me fly a plane across the ocean. We'll get there eventually. Another 40 kilometers. Till then, we can just look at the plane. It is very pretty. And just leave it there. Zion type driller would be epic. It would be. That's where I probably would have gone if I didn't add that mod. But okay. Hopefully you guys have all seen the last episode, and I wanted to hear some opinions on it because I'm trying something else. I'm trying something different. I did have people help me out and pretend to be bad guys, similar to what I did in Wrong Way Up with Splitsy. And it's similar to what Splitsy does in several of his series, where he has a group of insiders, essentially, that know the general plan, but are there to throw a wrench at the person like every so often and get them to have a genuine reaction and get them to have something to overcome that is a bit more difficult than what the AI spawning mods can do. Because with the AI spawning mods, at some point, like right now, I'm essentially immune to assert. Like if an assert base spawns nearby and starts sending drones, the flak tower just shoots it down. If an assert spawned right here, right now, I'm going way faster than they could ever catch me, and so I can always just run away. And so at some point, the lack of creativity from the enemy leads to relatively boring interactions. So we set up a little scenario there where we had one person flying around in a scout plane one person at the base waiting for me to come, and gave some, you know, they set up a storyline where I have this location I needed to go to, because I also needed a way I could end this series appropriately, where like I have a definite endpoint, which is get to the coordinates in space that I have now, like that jump module location, which isn't there yet. Like, there's nothing there at the moment because they haven't made it yet. They're currently designing, they're currently planning, but they've set a seed so that I will eventually make a spacecraft and launch and like get to that location, and then maybe there's something at that location where I need to go to the moon, which I put a moon on this world, although I don't think it's visible from this location, and I haven't used it for anything but where are you, that little moon I made? Ah, right here. I put a moon there. I haven't used it at all, except for looking at it and it looking pretty at night. So, who knows? I want to know if that was fun, because basically the plan would be that there would be, like, that would be like a multiplayer episode, the last one. Then we'd have a stream or a couple episodes, and I do a lot of single-player work, and I'd catch up, sort of thing. And then the next time there's like a sort of story event, we have a multiplayer episode where they can come in and they can do a few things to progress the story. It's not spawn because we can't babysit it. Nothing will spawn out there. But yeah, I basically just gave them like, oh, do something here, do something there. Don't tell me what you're doing exactly, but leave me breadcrumbs to find. And if I, like, you know, be a dungeon master from, like, you're playing Dungeons and Dragons. I want them to leave breadcrumbs, and if I follow them, great. If I don't, start making another breadcrumb trail very quickly, because I'm heading in this direction instead. Which is something I did in the background when they were doing the Wrong Way Up series and stuff. We would expect them to drive down this valley, and they went down the other valley for some reason. And it's just like, oh, goddamn, okay, delete the base where it is, quickly paste it into the other valley, so that way they go to it eventually. Yeah, and down and drown, exactly. So, it's kind of fun. I'm only going to put it in occasionally, like once every few episodes to spur the story. And then there'll be a bunch of gameplay, so it'll be like a, you're doing like an open world video game, like, you know, like Grand Theft Auto or something, and you do some open world missions, and you level up your character a bit, and then you do a story mission. And then you come back and you do some more open world missions. You level up some more, get some more equipment, then you do another story mission. And that's essentially how I want to do it. And I hope it's fun. It was really fun to record because there was actually somebody doing something that could defeat me in some way, could cause harm to me. And I've given them like okays of like, okay, like if I'm doing this, you can shoot me down if you want to. Like, if you can succeed, good job. If you don't shoot me down, like I won, sort of thing. Well, if you're interested in helping out with that kind of stuff, you go into my Discord and message me, and there's a separate hidden section of my Discord where the people who are coordinating that are discussing and making plans. And I even have a portion of it where I've hidden it from myself. I've muted it, so I don't even know what's going on in there. And they can make their secret plans. Oh yeah, And in general, you can go ahead and ping me in my Discord. I don't care. As long as you don't spam it. Like, if you message me like 16 times a day, I'll probably ignore you. If you ping me once every while, I won't care. And I'll just be like, oh, hey, how's it going? So yeah, go ahead and ping me if you wish. Well, we are almost home. I can see the base from here. I can see the shield. And I can hear my parents cheering upstairs. They are... they're fans of the hockey team, the Oilers. And that means they must have scored. In section Discord, you do GPU giveaways. Oh god, I wish I had the money to do GPU giveaways. I ain't that rich. Hey, yes, happy holidays to everyone. We are almost home. 4 more kilometers to the flak tower. We can start to drop some altitude here. We are less than a week away, right? It is, what is it currently? The 19th. The 19th. We've only got 6 more days until Christmas morn. And we get to wake up and open all of our presents. And soon here. Although it's kind of funny, I told everyone that I know, I don't want any presents. Thankfully, I have enough disposable income. I can buy whatever I desire. And if they want to give me any presents, they should actually go get my dog presents. So, I gotta... my friends are like, okay, here's your present. It's actually for your dog. And I'm like, sweet, thanks. Up and land. God damn, so many things I gotta alt tab to. There we go. Thomas Marauder. No, not my Marauder. And I'm home. Okay. I'm actually gonna hop, skip, and a jump right off the runway here. And I'm gonna move over towards the factory. So that way I'm in range of their building repairs. And if I park up right here, I should be in range of the base's building repairs. And that way, I can repair this quite easily. And I need to finish this as well. I need to make this pretty at some point. Wing! Alright. Did I not just pull out a bunch of steel plate? I pulled out some aluminum plate. What the hell? There we go. Pop that baby back on there. And repaint it. Are you not on my building repairs? Or are you just being silly? You're on. Can I see your area? That is weird. Camera's going really fast. Oh! The area is not covering there. It's behind where it's covering right now. Oh, right! Because I had it set up to build the Marauder. No shit. Which one is that? Horizontal offset? Sure, let's reset that to 0. Yep, that's the one. Alright, we can turn off the show area for that. Down into my little cubby hole. I can heal up, get some power. Oh, I left my H2 canister over there. Hydrogen tank. Charge that. And get some water. And food. There we go. Like 5 supply planes all running alternatively to keep tabs on me constantly. Yeah. Thankfully, I can turn this into private when I want to. You guys can't do that all the time. Okay. Do I think I have some quantity of nuclear fuel here, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I do have 172 nuclear fuel. So I do have enough fuel on hand that I could make this into a nuclear plane right now. So let's do it. Let's nuke this plane.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
I know my inventory's full, lady.
Inventory full.
Shut up.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
Although that does cut my conveyor access to the turret in the back. I'll have to think about that. I'm gonna go deposit some of my resources so that she's not yelling at me because, ugh, it's annoying. Oh no, my gyroscopes, they're all attached to the underside of these tanks. Oh, I'll have to rebuild them. Rip to the gyros. I did that so if I lost the underside heavy armor, the gyros wouldn't immediately unstuck, but oh well. And besides, if the tanks exploded anyway, you know, whatever. It was capiche anyway. Do I need these? I don't actually need these blocks right here. This thing I can sink in. I can pretty much cover this actually. Ooh. And I can have it be going through like that. I can use it as a pass-through if I wanted to. Although I wonder, does this thing have a battery? It has a small battery for starting it. Yep. Okay. So that is the fuel systems pulled out. Add a medium cargo? I could add a cargo container to this thing. I have enough room. I could even have it accessible through the top like that if I wanted to. I could even put a turret on top of this thing if I wanted to. I like a little 30mm or something. Because those have, what, big spots in the bottom? Yeah, they do. So I could conceivably go like this and put a little, put that right there and put a little 30mm turret on the top. Oh, that'd be silly. That'd be silly. But I could do this here. And then I can do this right beside it. And then connect it up. And then I'd have to find some spots for some more gyros, but I can make that work. Oh, that's what the wings are connecting to. I might not want to remove all these heavy armor blocks here. I'm gonna grab some armor plate. And some steel plate. Yeah, I might want to keep those right there. Jive. Reactor can go right there in the center, I guess. Because I need to be able to take this... Okay, I can take this reinforced pipe and I can angle it down and then over. Small pipe. Small conveyor. I need more steel plate. Steel. How old? I'm in my early 30s. We can curve downwards. Curve this way. Take out these sticks. Which gives me space to put in the reactor, which is then bumping into that. And that's pretty much at the core of the plane, so if that gets shot out, then we're screwed anyway. But then I could conceivably have a cargo container in here, but I'd have to cut out a lot more of my wing connector bits. But they would be connected to the side of, like, the cargo container and stuff. So it's not like... Like, right? They connect that way, right? Ow. There we go. I just gotta test something real quick. Like, if this thing is just here... Stuff, yeah, stuff connects to the outside of it. So that's right. So I can then pull out this one. Oh god, it's so annoying trying to cut out the thing without cutting out the thing behind it. There's that... Is it a mod or is it a plugin? I can't remember, but it's something that makes it so you can't cut those out. And then you can put in the cargo container right there. And then we can run pipe. Bada boom. Like that. Yeah. And then we can add more gyros. Because we need some more gyros in this thing somewhere. Not sure where, but we've got, I mean, how many gyros do I have in this thing anyway? 7 gyros. 7 is probably fine. Because now what I can do... This is... Yeah, this is just light armor up here. Because now I can, like, coat this off. Cover it up like this. Maybe do a 30mm. I'd have to have that free. That looks that looks stupid and silly. But I can do something with this thing in the future if I need to. For now, I can just cover it over. And I can have that shape be the same. In which case, I can add a full block there, and a full block there, and I can put gyros on those as well. Facing that. Oh, I can even put gyros on the side of the thing here. Oh, it's fine. I'll just cover this up. Cover this up mostly, except leaving one part there so I can access it. And now I can access the medium cargo directly. And all I need is some fuel. Fuel. 100 nuclear fuel. Compact reactor. Can I not put you in there? Do you not have any power? Oh yeah, you are offline. Battery. This is why I have the small battery on it. Just in case. Hey, what? Why can't I put that into the reactor? Say what? How doesn't that work? Alright, so that's going into there. Oh, it's not built. Well, that is a totally valid reason for it not to receive my uranium. What do you need? You need golden wires. Okay. Didn't know there were YouTubers doing space engineers? Yeah, there's YouTubers. Do I not have any gold? I don't have any gold. No. Okay. Okay. We are going to do this. We're going to disassemble. And we are going to disassemble some superconductors. All the other wire drawers are set up to make golden wires. They just need the gold. Yeah. Well, actually, no, that this is going right down to the gold wire directly. And that should be enough. The thing should be running now. Ooh, Skeletor up there. Oh, it's right over here. So, yep, there it is. Look, it's on. And it's taken their uranium. There we go, compact reactor. It is running on uranium now. And now we have a medium cargo container, which I need steel plate for. Put the armor back on it. We can add way more ammo to this thing. Because this thing always had an issue, which I could only carry like 20 boxes of ammo at a time. Do I have any 30mm on this particular base? I have some cram, but that's the wrong stuff. And, you know, get it out of the flak tower. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about with half slope tips. We can do that. 10 boxes. Now I gotta put my stuff away. I gotta drop all my junk in here. I can load this baby up with ammo. How hard is it to add an under turret? So under turrets are kind of annoying. Not that they're not possible, but you need to have clearance. Clarence. I just had to quote airplane. Because that's all the clearance I have off the ground. These missiles are almost touching. So if there was to be a turret, like if I was to add a 30mm Oh god, that's the wrong thing. No. Tools. There we go. If I was to add a 30mm on the bottom, I would need a significant amount of space. Yeah, you could do a little custom rotor turret. Sure, you could probably have something hanging off the nose. Oh man, I got shot up here. I didn't even realize that. I lost some plates there. I should fix that. This, we could conceivably clean all this up. Do that, and grab the heavy armor and the heavy armor panels. Wait, it's light armor. Heavy armor panels. And more ammo in there. And I could do a little rotor turret. That's doable. Gimme, gimme. Close this up with a heavy armor block, and then we want heavy armor panel over top of it. Oh yeah, look, we got a few other panels missing. This is the underbelly. So this is what got shot up in the last fight. That's why I had the heavy armor underbelly. Because it got shot up. Oh, I'm gonna need more heavy armor. There's more damage than I thought. 14 should do it. That's good enough for repairs. And then, like the person said, a good way to do this, we can retain access to it, is to find the little slope tips. And have the little slope tip like that. And that way, it's pretty much mostly blocked, but you can still access it. I was actually thinking of, before I had the shield up, I was actually planning on cladding the exterior of the heavy armor flak tower with light armor plate to just give it another layer so that it wouldn't have any issues. But ended up not needing that because of the shield. Oh yeah, so much ammo in here now. And that connector holds 22. So I should probably empty all of the 30s from there. And I can go get a bunch more autocannon clips. Clip. Just get another inventory of autocannon clips and I can fit them in somewhere. And then we're going to go load up the C-130 with all the resources we need and fly our asses out to the North Pole again, as we're going to leave the Warthog here. As it has been repaired and refueled, and it is now a nuclear plane, which feels really cool. This thing is essentially infinite range once if I filled up that medium cargo container with like nuclear thrust, yeah, it would be pretty much infinite range. To get myself back on there, I might need to just take off. And land again. I love landing on this runway. It's so much fun. Tail slapper. I certainly did. What I'd love to do is get like a VR headset working with space engineers and like do some flying with a VR headset looking around in the cockpit. That would be so much fun. Like an unbelievable quantity of fun. Alright, I don't need to plug this thing in because I don't need to refuel it anymore. Park, and you have 79 days of fuel. And I'll add my little battery back onto recharge to be my little backup battery in case something dies. And I have, just sitting here doing nothing, 158 days. 59, it's going up constantly. 159 days of fuel. Nice. An inventory with only 2%. I've got 159 days. I can leave it powered on. It's just going to sit there and not use any power. Okay. You got the AC-130 here. This thing is a little crooked. We are going to... Are we connected to the ground or do we slide away? Okay, we're not connected. We just unhook it. Blech. Unhook. And pause. Gasoline tanks. 72% is fine. Rotate ourselves out of here. Good, we didn't clip there. Ow! Back up, back up, back up. The phone's making noises. And I just looked over. We have 121 people watching. Well, thanks for coming out to the stream. This is awesome. We're gonna hippity hop over there, down onto the grass. And we're gonna move ourselves to the back end of the base here. Hopefully our tail doesn't strike on this. Ooh, it probably will. Come on, get me under. There we go. Well, we're hitting our wing on there anyway. I'm doing a very bad job of driving this Spectre. Come on, I can get around this thing. There we go. Hey, it's getting us a little bit of repairs too. I don't think we've done any repairs to the Spectre in a while. And we can park up here. And I wonder... I should be able to do... Yeah, we just gotta start transferring stuff. So we'll park. And we need to start thinking about what things I need. So, I have a reactor there that has fuel in it. So I have power. So all I really need is a drill, advanced drill. I need a cargo container, a large one. I need connector and conveyors and a sorter. And I need to get these things into the C-130 and then get out of here. Make sure my build planner is empty. Yep. And we just got to start... there was a large cargo, but it is damaged, so I have to repair it. And it's not exactly in the spot where I want it to be, so I have to probably build another one. Alright, so that's all of those. I'm just going to grab a bunch of steel plates. Because you can never go wrong with steel plates. And this loading is just going to take a few minutes. It always does. Normally, this is the stuff where I would cut out of the YouTube episode. But you guys are here for the whole thing. Because it's a stream. Alright, so that should be enough steel plate, like just random steel plate. We need a connector. There we go. That looks better. I thought the first withdrawal was like a couple steel plates, and I'm like, that's probably not the whole thing when we do that again. And I was correct. And I'm guessing I want to grab one more sorter of stuff. Yeah. This is the problem with these logistics builds that I'm doing here. Where, I mean, realistically, I could have like connected this to the base somehow, set that up, and then done this a little bit easier. Oh god, I'm running out of hydrogen. I'm gonna plop on my ass here in a second. But, I don't have that set up. Grab the tank. Do you have a server I would recommend? I personally don't have a server, and I do not know of any servers. Because I simply do not play servers. So I'm sorry I'm not able to help you with that. And then we will get some junctions. So we can do some transferring. Although realistically it should just be drill right into cargo. Oh, sorry, drill into a sorter, into cargo, into a sorter, into a connector. So we should only really need, like, say 3 or 4 of these. I'll do one more load. There are a couple of these, and that should be enough conveyor junctions. Yeah. Alright. Next up is the large cargo container, which is probably going to take a while. It's going to need a lot of resources. Oh god, this thing is huge. Yeah, we got left so many resources. But which building here actually... Oh, wait, something I want to check real quick. I have to put on creative mode for it, because I'm not sure if this exists. Somewhere in this thing, like this is the item spawning menu from creative mode. Here we go, crushed ores. Is there crushed uranium? Okay, there is crushed uranium. How about purified uranium? Yes, okay. So it does go through the crusher purifier sequence. So I can just do it my normal ore input. I don't need to do anything special about that. It's good to know. Just need to know that the crushing and purifying was a thing for that particular item. And then once it's done there, centrifuge? Yeah, I need to build a centrifuge. Now the question is, no, I want to crush it and I want to purify and crush it here. So therefore I need the centrifuge here. But I can just add the centrifuge somewhere quite easily. It's actually fairly compact. So I could just literally plop some centrifuges on top of like the advanced assemblers there. Or I could easily heck, I can do this. I can go in the wall back behind here on the other side of these basic refineries, and I can get underneath here just by popping through the floor or the wall, and then I can just plug in like 3 or 4 of them along here, and there would be no issue. Easy peasy. Okay. So the last thing is the advanced static drill and its resources. And then we're ready to take off and fly back to the North Pole. So you can see how much I've been streaming for like over an hour already, and basically all I've done was just fly and load materials. You can see how much stuff needs to be done between episodes when you've got such large logistics systems. All components successfully withdrawn. Excellent. Will this become a vid? No, this is a stream. I mean, this is just a bunch of work in between videos, essentially, that you guys are seeing right here. I plan on making a helicopter. I plan on making an attack helicopter. And then maybe like a cargo one, but I don't know. Something that I can land on top of warships a bit easier. Okay. We're ready to go. Oh, God. Nope, not like that. Didn't mean to press that. Now we just need to get airborne. Which, thankfully, is easier to do. Because I have rocket boosters. So it doesn't look like there's many trees in the forward direction. I can activate my lights to see, which are my high-powered spotlights out to 480 meters. So we can ready, and 3, 2, 1, rocket powered. JATO liftoff, and we're in the air. We're good. We'll take a hard left here to get away from this Skeletor, so I don't have to fight it. And we are up. Let's go into flight configuration, hit 7, and that automatically sets my... Oh God, I'm so sorry. Headphone users, rip. It sets my speed and altitude and such. Okay, there we go. Headphone users can come back. They are no longer being dead. And it's time to head to the North Pole, except I have no food. No, I need food. I need food and water. Okay. I need to land again. Also, I need to turn off my my suit lights. Thank you. So I can actually see out of my front window here. Interior lights off. Runway in sight. Oh, God, this beautiful landing. Oh, right. Do I got any food? No, I don't have any food on board. I might have dumped them in here, but I just have a bunch of resources. I think I dumped them when I was building the, like, doing the upgrades on the Warthog. Coming in for a landing. Auto landing, I just never set it up yet. It's not borked, I just haven't got around to it. I need to do that too. I need to actually finish off building and making the oh, the air traffic control center look cool. Bounce, and we're down. We'll do a little quick 180 here, and then I'll go grab some food and water. Probably like 20 units of each should last me for the episode or this stream. And then we'll head on out. Turn, 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 you big fat plane. Alright, stay. Good plane. I need water. Now let's get out of here. See, for the ATC, I've just started setting it up. I got some planters and some seating, and that's it. I still need to actually, build it out. Make it purty. Alright, and then we go turn off our parking, press 7, and I take off. And it's that easy. We orient towards the uranium and climb. Climb a lot. I can do that. I can do lights. I've got my spotlights. They're on. You just can't see them. And I'm going to turn off some of these GPSs. Don't need the titanium on. Not going there for a while. And we should be good to go. So now I can go to my remote control. And then I can put in uranium as the node. Okay, let me freaking drag this down. Fine, I'll just do that. And, yep, we are going to get over this mountaintop here. And I can then go and say, please fly me to uranium. Boop. And it is automatically turning to align to the uranium. And the C-130 is going to fly out to there. Control these plot armor. Alright, headphone users, warning, warning, warning. I need to go into cockpit for a second. It's gonna get loud! What are we going? We're climbing to 1,000. That is probably about correct. There we go. We are en route. And we just turn off the HUD. And let her fly. And I'm going to quickly use the washroom. I'll be right back. Alright. Okay, chat. So what are we going to talk about? We got like 10 minutes of flight. As we got 80 kilometers to go to uranium. It's basically like flying to gold, but in a different direction. And I'm going to, since it looks way better, use my magical powers to make it daytime. There we go. There. I magically brought the sun up, because that looks so much better. And look at that. Look at that curvature. And they say it's flat. You get high enough with the plane and you can see it. So how is chat doing today? I am thoroughly enjoying the time off I have from work. Oh good, I do have a ton of ammo in here. I thought I didn't have any spare autocannon clips, but I actually do. And we've leveled off at our cruising altitude. Thank you for flying Kanajashi Airlines as we head towards uranium. You're making tortillas? Oh! If I could eat them, I would. But I'm gluten intolerant. And I would die if I had your tortillas. But I want them. Microsoft Flight Sim update looks insane. Yeah, they added a whole bunch of, like, resource collecting and combat to Microsoft Flight Sim. So cool. I am so happy to have some time off here on the holidays. I never really take vacation throughout the entire year. So it banked up, and I normally go hunting, but that got canceled this year because of just we're too busy and some regulations changed from where we're hunting. So we needed to get some different equipment to be able to legally hunt there. So life just is like, nope, I'm not going hunting this year. So there's another week that I would have taken off that I didn't. And so my boss like comes up to me, and it's like end of November, beginning of December. And he's like, you do know that the amount of vacation and earned time off you have is like essentially the rest of the month, and you have to use it up. And I'm like, really? So he's like, yeah, end of next week, just get out of here. So that was back on the 9th. So I've been on vacation for like 10 days already. It's quite nice. What do I hunt? Deer. I would love to go back into the prairies and hunt whitetails, but that is expensive, and you have to travel a long ways since I'm on the west coast. So we have to hunt the tiny little mule deers that are here. They're like itsy bitsy little island deer. Like the size of large dogs. They're so small. But that's all we got here. Should dog hunting already? No. I'm not gonna train my girl to hunt. I wouldn't want to take her hunting. She just bark at the deer and cause them to run away. It's no fun. Ugh, why's my phone beeping? My phone is beeping because Environment Canada has put out a weather warning in your area. Yeah, I know. It's really rainy. No, not rainy. It's really snowy. Unseasonably snowy here. Very unseasonably snowy. Normally we get like nothing. But we've gotten several inches over the past 24 hours, and it is not typical. You had 160 hours of paid vacation time. You were shorthanded, so no time off for me. Yeah, but then you have the vac time, and you get that paid out in the end, if I'm not mistaken. The thing is my boss, they do pay it out. If you don't take your vacation, they pay you out at the end of fiscal. But because I work for government, they don't like having that in the budget. They'd rather use the budget to like hire other people, and they'd more like it so that they don't pay out at the end. They'd rather you just disappear. just go away. It's okay. Take your vacation time, and we'll just see you next year. Then me just continue working and get paid an extra, like, you know, couple $1,000 or whatever it would have been if you transferred all that vac time I had into a paycheck. But oh well. What else we got? We got 60 more kilometers to fly. We need more chat topics. Gotta give me something, chat. What are we talking about? Yeah, this Spectre looks good when you're just flying it along. Mwah. Extra money, go to bummer anime stuff. Oh, I already buy way too much anime stuff. Absolutely way too much anime stuff already. Ugh. You get 30 days of PTO in Germany. Nice. I think I have like 120 hours or something like that in 130? I can't remember. Somewhere around there, 100 and change of vacation. And then ETO, like earned time off, is different because then I have a modified work schedule, which means I like work longer days, but then I get a little bit of banked time every day, and then I get to use that to take days off. So that was good. You hunt deer as well. Quite some time. The best I've gotten is a 4-point whitetail. Hey! Well, that's good. It's always nice to get your deer. Feels good. I think the best and tastiest meals I've ever had are the meals I either grew myself or that I hunted myself and I prepared myself. And I have to say, it tastes like victory. There is no other taste. It's the satisfaction you get from eating it, and you can taste the hard work. It's great. Do I have a 3D printer? I do not. My friend does. I don't. it would be a fun thing to have. I'm not sure how much they are, how much they cost to run and stuff like that. I definitely don't have the space for it right now. Nowhere I could set it up. Would it be kind of fun to 3D print some stuff? Although I'm not really into like the models and like that kind of stuff. My friend who has the 3D printer plays Dungeons and Dragons and board games and stuff like that all the time. He makes his own like board game piece, that kind of thing. So he's like really into it. So he's always like printing off like custom dice or things like that. Am I married? No. I am single forever. Woo! I got my dog, that's all I need. I'd rather print some anime titties. Yes. Yes. 48 more kilometers to go. We are flying quite nicely. Oh, I want to check what the power consumption of this plane is. So these props, they are 3.6. So 3.6, it would be 6. So wait, it does it for me, 7.2. So all 5 is 14.4. So realistically, 2 reactors would give me 20, which would give me enough. Maidenless. I have yet to play that game. I need to. I am waiting for next year. Next spring, I'll probably be able to finally sit down and play Elden Ring. I haven't had a chance to play it yet, but oh my god, I want to play Elden Ring. I played so much of the Dark Souls, like the Soulsborne type games. Like, I am literally like a walking encyclopedia for Dark Souls. I know where every single goddamn item is in that game. A person can just be like, oh, where's this? Where do you get the red tearstone ring? And I go, well, it's in the Valley of the Drakes, and you have to run by these guys and go up this ladder, and it's right there. I just know that. I haven't played the game in like a decade, but I just know exactly where all those items are because I played it so much back when it first came out. So I want to play Elden Ring. I want to play Elden Ring to the point where I'm like that. Now, I haven't watched all of the YouTubers that I follow, all the VTubers that I follow. They all played Elden Ring. I didn't watch a single moment of it. So I'm completely unspoiled of where certain items are and like what certain boss fights are and stuff like that, except for like the meme ones, like the let me solo her guy and such. Eventually play Elden Ring. But yes. Tangent, I am maidenless. What would you think about another game called RimWorld? Oh, I have RimWorld. RimWorld is fun. It is totally a... I mean, it's Dwarf Fortress, but with a different setting. It's sci-fi Dwarf Fortress. And that is pretty awesome. And we have to go slightly right around these mountains. And then we will get back on course after we do that. As we are slowly turning now, because we are getting closer and closer to the pole, and therefore our direction bearing is getting kind of screwed up. RimWorld is fun. Would people want to see a RimWorld videos? Yes or no? Because I do have it. I do own the game. I have played it. Be kind of fun. I liked doing like the silly challenges that are oh god, what was it? Like, I'd start a couple people on like Tundra Wasteland and just see if I can survive the winter, sort of thing. And it was just like so utilitarian of like tiny ass little shacks, got fires in there, you have to get it going now, Doesn't matter if it's dirty. I don't care if your sanity's going down, you're really uncomfortable. You have to tend the fire or you're dead, sort of thing. And it was like a I did that once where it was like a Donner party. And they had to just like survive the winter. It was a fun challenge to do, to see if I could do it. And they mostly got through. But I could totally do like just a standard RimWorld drop, make a village, beat back the marauders, make the spacecraft and escape, sort of thing, as like a YouTube video series. Or even as a stream series. So, yeah, I'll look into it. I'll play a couple playthroughs of RimWorld off camera so that I can reacquaint myself to the game, because I haven't touched it in a while. And I'll sit back towards uranium. Ever get into airsoft? No, I have never done airsoft. I did paintball a couple times a long time ago, years ago. But I never did airsoft stuff. My first experience with paintball was me not really understanding it, and this was back when I was much younger. Young teenager younger, 13, 14 sort of thing, and not really understanding the concept of taking cover. And so the first time I played airsoft, I just was like, not airsoft, paintball, I stood around a corner and I was like looking for people just out in the open, and then whoomph, I got hit in the neck with a paintball, and I couldn't breathe. I was down and out. I just I crumpled like a sack of potatoes, and I was laying on the ground, sort of like both hands, on my hands and knees, staring at the ground, going like that the entire time. It was so funny. Looking back at it, I'm just like, yeah, you dumbass, you stood out of cover. I learned very quickly what cover meant. This is back before I played any shooter games, when I was only playing Age of Empires on the computer, and I'm like, yeah, my archer just stands out here in the middle of the field and shoots his other arrows at the other guy, and that must be how it works, and not the not, a proper get into cover. Oh, 24 more kilometers. Grizzly bear with plate armor or a gorilla with a metal bat? Probably the grizzly bear, right? You get hit right below the Adam's apple. E2! It's like the exact same spot. I had the mask that had the little Adam's apple protector thing, but I was looking up at that time and it snuck in underneath and hit me right on the base of the neck, right between the Adam's apple and where your your chest starts. That nice soft spot there that if you press it hurts. Pain. Yes, I do not speak jive. But I do get with the airplane quotes. Delicious stuff. It's such a good movie. Okay, we're starting to see enemies now. Be a research base for a cert. That's alright. It's a long ways away, and I am 2 kilometers up, so we should be fine. And I do have 4 Gatlings pointing downwards. See, one thing I'd like to do in the future, rebuild this AC-130. I want to get those wheels to fold up underneath using like hinges and like tuck away. That'd be perfect. Hinges and pistons and little sliding doors and stuff. That would be glorious. Alright, we are getting close. I'm going to clear my route. And I'm going to divert right to get around to this research base, because I don't want to fight it. At least not my Spectre. I mean, when I'm done, probably I'll put the save on Steam, and there is the beginning of the world on Steam for sure. Am I ever going to replace that back door? Probably not. At this point, it's probably just too much work. I'll just leave it open. It was fun when it got shut off, though. That definitely was fun. But, as of now, we'll just leave it. Oh, wait, that thing's 20 kilometers away, and the research... Yeah, research is 20, and the thing is 12. So, therefore, yeah, I don't have to worry about it. We'll land well before we're in range of that thing. Yeah, I could totally set up, like, a rear gunner there that you, like, jump on and shoot back. Be perfect. Alright, let's just point directly at the thing. We can start losing altitude now. We are 2 kilometers up, and so we can drop a kilometer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on the descent button. And let's do 5 more. 1, 2, 5. Now this should actually be pretty quiet if we slow down a bit. At some point, yeah, we actually get to almost essentially our glide speed. So it is a bit quieter. You can see the sort of the terminus there of the sun. Even though it is midday back at base, it is dark over there, as that is where we are going to the North Pole. Right, 300 more meters to descend. Okay, that should be good. We'll see how high we are there, and then start some more descent. We are going to clear our route off of there. And we are going to start to immediately begin to drift as our measurements are getting weird. We're getting close to the North Pole. And we can get another 300 meters. 300 meter drop. And we can come down to one of the gentlest landings we will ever do, because this entire area is essentially one giant landing strip. This place is amazing. And we should pitch up here right at the last moment. Yep, we've got 2 kilometers to go. We're just going to start cutting our engine back until we are at 50. Let's do 35 meters a second. And we want to ever so slowly be losing altitude. Well underpowered. Yep, perfect. Coming in for our landing. And then cut. And landed. Look at that! Perfection! There's a landing for the ages. We're here! That took me an hour and 40 minutes to be able to get back to base and back out here with a bunch of resources. Alright. Quickly, the build and repairs are going to be off. Because I do not want them doing anything silly yet. Because they're going to use up the resources on bits of the base that I don't want them to. So I'm actually going to be building things manually here, because the build and repair would just start randomly repairing stuff and then I'd run out of resources real fast. And then I have to fly back. I've had that happen to me before. It's very annoying. Alright. So if I'm going to come in from this direction, I'm going to want to put the thing on the other side, I think. Yeah, let's put it on the side close to the around the corner here. Magic daytime powers don't really work up here because it is the North Pole, but I can do a little bit of work. That's something. But you can see how long the shadows are. Like, we are very near the North Pole here. Alright, steel plate. Gimme. Let's go. So, if I am not mistaken... Oh, these are connected. Ooh, they are connected underneath. So, right now, that's one piece. And that's not connected there. So these batteries are not connected to that. Okay. Late to the discussion, but in my honest opinion... scenario players acting as bad guys don't do it unless it's genuine. Okay. I can see what you're talking about. Like, don't, like, sort of act it and fake it. Actually have them try to defeat me? Is that, like, sort of thing you're talking about? Like, actually make it so that they are part of the bad guy group? Let's see. Am I picking up what you're putting down? We have this reactor here for fuel, for power, and so it's connected underneath out to this one here and coming up, and then so what we can do is we can have the drill on the outside here, and that'll work. If I put the drill here, I think this will work. Let's hope it does, and if it doesn't, I will cheat. Because I believe that's deep enough into the terrain, but I don't want to screw it up. Eh, well, people have their opinions. I mean, if I do something absolutely horrendous, people don't like it, I want to hear that opinion too. Ah, you're just getting to that part of the stream. Yeah. I totally get it. Well, thank you for your opinion. It was my understanding correct? Of, like, you want it to be not like some sort of, like, fake difficulty and silliness, but like an actual, like, be genuine about it in the sense that they can defeat me? I'm just trying to understand. Alright, can I toggle this on? It is working! Uranium! Can I put motors? I do have motors, okay. draw 60 waters. Why not? There you go. Now you can. Sometimes, man, it is silly. Well, look at that. Look at that uranium. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. And now this is running off of this reactor. It's got 41 weeks of fuel. Nice. Okay, let's see. Half the reason I complained in Splitsy series, it wasn't genuine. There were half a dozen ways Splitsy gave away that the reactions he had were all scripted. Oh, I totally get that. Because I understand what you're talking about. Because I've both played as a bad guy in his series and actually also recorded with him as a good guy. I know both ends of that. I know what you're talking about. There's some situations where it's like, this particular thing he knows is going to happen. He knows we're going to find this thing, and so then he has to have the reaction for it. But he set it up. I get that. Alright, that's going to be draining, and then we're going to put the cargo container onto this. Hey, don't get... It's okay if he has his opinion, and he's giving me some feedback. I'm okay with this. I like this. You don't need to gang up on the guy and tell him to, like, go do his own thing. This is good. I like to hear this. So something I should make sure is that I have, like, genuine reactions and I have actual surprises, and I shouldn't have it be too staged, too manufactured. And that's good advice. Yeah. All I know is that I'll, like, essentially for what I'm doing with my guys is that I'm telling them, like, did I not bring enough aluminum? Oh no, I did. Okay. Jeez, sometimes, man, the withdraw button doesn't work. I'm basically telling them, like, okay, I'm gonna be doing this today, and interact with me. Like, when I was said it, like, when we did this one, the first trial episode, I was like, okay, you guys can, like, fly over me a couple times. That'd be pretty cool in the start. Don't attack me until I get to the base. And then after that, the entire thing with the, God, wherever that crash ship is. I gotta find that thing. It's over here somewhere, I believe. I popped out of the water over here. Yeah, here it is. This whole crash ship thing, I had no idea about. And, the whole jump module, that's, like, I was like, what the hell? When that occurred. I had no concept of what was happening. So, that's the kind of thing. Is I'm just giving them, like, a general direction of, I am doing this episode, get in my way, and then they are doing their thing. So hopefully that sounds good for you. But anyway, moving on. How's the beautiful little puppy? She's absolutely gorgeous. She's the prettiest puppy that ever could be. I love my doggy. She's probably sleeping on my bed right now. Train. Excellent. Set up some couple conveyors. And then we need to raise it by 1. So we need to go sorter up. Conveyor up, conveyor over. And then connector. And then we're good. Then we can plug the plane in and get some resources out. Excellent. And now to plug into it. Which is going to take a moment. Oh god, I'm gonna drive through a debris field. Peaks and troughs, yeah. Yeah, propellers aren't very dangerous in Space Engineers. I can just fly through them and everything will be fine. But yeah, you have to do the series well. You have to have the peaks and troughs. You have to create a narrative. Which is why I was thinking having the sort of multiplayer combat-focused episodes like once every few instead of every single time. Because then it gives me enough time to wind down and have some cool building. And then a few episodes later, oh my god, an attack! Hey, I finally caught one of my live streams. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are currently, if you saw the last episode, we took over the uranium mining base, and I am currently setting up my own little mining system here. So we've got our first advanced static drill going into the large industrial cargo container, which is then being pumped into my medium cargo containers on, should be uranium. Where is it? It's just going into the connector. It's just in connector 2. Yeah, it's just piling up there. And then we can transfer it over, and then we can take it home. So, this is theoretically set up. And this can just be left to run for a long time in order to build up the uranium. Which we've already have 430. Woo. However, this has, if I remember correctly, a really bad ratio. So even though we have several hundreds, or we'll eventually dig out thousands, it'll only turn into a few kilos of usable resources. Kfabe means faked and blatantly so. Cool. Well, I will do my best to not have that occur for my series. That is my goal. Access denied. Well, you're getting cut down. There are several little floating bits in the space now.
Inventory full.
And also, I want to reconnect the two halves here. Because I have this part with these batteries, which have a ton of ammo. Holy crap! That is a lot. And they have these batteries, which have a lot of power in them, which I'd like to have. So I'm going to try to reconnect these two sides of the base.
Full.
And pile this stuff back in here. And oh, I'm gonna. No wait, I've got steel plate in the Marauder. I got a ton of steel plate in the Marauder. Oh, and the Marauder has food too. Nice.
Inventory full.
That off. And now these should be connected, right? Yep, there's a reactor. I should be able to see wheels from here. Yep, C-130. I am connected all the way back to the C-130. Get rid of that broken battery. There's some ice, although I don't need it. this cargo container, which does contain a ton of fuel, so we should cut that out of there. Also, a hydrogen bottle. Thank you. Put away the low bottle.
Inventory full.
There's that uranium. Good. 900 more nuclear fuel. And we'll stick it in this little reactor here. Boom. Now how much power does this thing have? Time left, a year plus. Now we never have to refuel this thing. Glorious. Yeah, excellent. We shouldn't have to repair or refuel this place at all, basically, for the rest of time. Although I am going to put a couple more steel armor blocks in there, because I don't want this place to topple over because, like, a single piece of light armor broke. I'm just going to fill out this this wall a little bit more. It'd be very sad if something came along here and shot like a few bullets and then caused this entire base to disconnect. Alright, and I think I might surround the reactor a little bit better. Just seal that thing in. There, that's more like it. That's a little bit more structurally sound. Perfection. Oh, great. So now I can start looking at, I think each one of these towers has a cargo container in it. Yeah, it does. That's where the ammo is being hidden. How much longer will you be live? I don't know. Until I feel like not playing anymore. Another hour, maybe? I don't know. For now, I'm just getting some uranium and stealing bullets. As I did my first goal, which was set up the little mining system here. So the uranium is going. Once we say have like 1,000, which is like a good, no, it's not a lot, but it's something. We can take off and we can head back home. And once we're home, then we'll set up. We will set up the uranium processing, which is the centrifuges. Fuge. This thing. Cleared my bar off. Uranium centrifuge. And we gotta build like a... I don't know how many. 2, maybe. Around my base. And then I'll be able to process uranium. And that should be good. What mods am I using? I am using a great plethora of mods. We have the typical like water mod, aerodynamics, and all that kind of stuff. And then the big thing for this series is industrial overhaul, which adds a whole bunch of additional resources and processing and all that kind of stuff. And it makes things a lot more, like, say, satisfactory. where it's like, oh, if I want to process this, I need this material from that thing, and it takes a long time to process, and I have to, you know, it's only on this part of the planet, so I have to go over there, and logistics it's back to my base, and that is my current mod setup. Do I really want to grind all this down is another very good question.
Full.
Because realistically, I mean, I could repair these towers. They are technically mine now and add the turrets back to them. I would have a ton of ammo. How are you grabbing things out of a connector without going into inventory? I need to learn that. Oh, I'll show you. Alright. So let's just go up here and I'll just land real quick and go into my thing. So here is connector access. And we can go into our build planner. Woohoo! This thing little here. So we can click on a block, any block we want. Say it's this piece of armor, and we can go click, and it adds to my build planner. Alternatively, what you can do is you can just hold the block out in front of you and aim at something, and then middle mouse click. Click. And you withdrew some items. I didn't withdraw everything. I only got 14 of the 25. And you can see here I have 11 more steel plate that I need to pull out. And I can just click again, and I withdrew everything. So if I have something on my build planner, say for example, I go into this menu and I have the steel plate back on there, I can open this up and then press this button to withdraw, or I can just middle click. And then to deposit everything I have, I hold down Alt on the keyboard and then middle click, and it deposits everything I have. If I have production on the thing, if I hit Control, Control middle click is build vision. Can't remember which one it is. Shift middle click, Alt shift middle click, something like that. You can add it to production, but I have no production on this base. But yeah, just middle click while holding out the item here, and you can just pull items out. So it's really nice when you just have like a piece of armor, and you just want to build a bunch of armor. Then you can just walk over to a thing and just middle click a bunch until you're full, and then go and build armor. Shift middle click to put it into production. But I have no production here, so it doesn't work. Can I repair this? Do I even have the resources? Oh no, God no. I don't think I do. So I can just right click, and then all the stuff that's its needs there is on my thing. And then I can come over here, and then I can see if I have that materials, and I do not, so I can't repair those. But I can turn my building repairs back on, because I've got my stuff set up, and might as well let my building repairs do a little bit of work. Uranium. Hey, I've got over 1,000. Okay, let's get out of here. Yeah, even just using this here, the withdraw components that are on build planner, like for example, that turret again, you just go to it, and it's missing components and needs to be repaired. Imagine this was actually your base. You right click on it, and it says components added to build planner, and it's right here. These are all the components you need. And then you just go over to your inventory, and then you just press this button, and then it withdraws the components. So then you don't need to actually like peck and hunt like for the components yourself. You can just do it that way. Inventory. Medium. Oh, hi, Sasha. My doggy's here. What are you doing, girl? And we'll do uranium, and we'll put the uranium in one of my cargoes. And then we'll disconnect. And let's get the hell out of here. You spoke about setting up a script to fly back and forth, landing the plane and supply us. That turned out to be unreliable. Oh, I haven't even done it yet. I haven't set up the automatic landing I could really do it easily here because it's such a large area. It doesn't really matter where I land. But I have to finesse it and do some work on it back at the base because I have to land on the runway, and that's a little more important. Oh, I hear my puppy. She wants to go outside. Okay, I need to put the flak tower on my thing. I need to take off. And then once I am airborne... everyone cover their ears. Oh my god, it's loud. I'm sorry. I gotta do this. I gotta raise my altitude. I gotta go high. 1,000. There we go. And then I can press root. And then I'm gonna go let my dog out. Be right back. I'll probably actually grab a glass of water as well. So I will be back in like a couple minutes. Hopefully these observers don't attack me, but I should be okay. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. If anything goes wrong, I'll just rewind time with my magical abilities. Be right back. Back. These planes are cool. I know, I love planes. I am going to find it very difficult playing another Space Engineers world that doesn't have the aerodynamics mod in. And yes, this flight script is from DF Prakash. And it is the auto aero. I'll show it to you. Autopilot script. Actually, I'm not going to play with the autopilot script because I'm currently using it. I don't want to screw it up. But I'll go into here. And once this loads, auto aero. Autopilot aerodynamic. And it flies your plane. So that you don't have to. So now my plane's flying home. It does a, you set a height, a speed, and a direction, and the thing will hold that height, speed, and direction using your gyros to aim you up and down instead of dampening thrusters on the bottom. And so that it works with aerodynamics mod. It's quite nice. It's specifically for aerodynamics mod and planes. It doesn't really work properly. I mean, you can make it work, but it's kind of silly for normal Space Engineers physics. I actually paid the guy to make it for me because I'm like, I want this in particular, and he's like, I can do that, and I paid him for it. So if you get this script, I paid for that script to be made because I wanted to use it in this series. I didn't want to actually have to fly my planes. I wanted to be able to do this, where I'm not touching the keyboard. I'm sitting here looking at chat and just glancing over at the plane every so often to make sure that I'm not flying into a mountain. You caught build fever since the last time. Yeah, that was your recon plane that I shot down. I totally got that as well. All of my best building for planes and such happened when I was the bad guy for Wrong Way Up. Like, my creative juices got flowing. And my dog is making noise again, so I have to go check on her. I'll be right back. Alright, come here, puppy. Okay. There we go. The script for the space lift. Yes, he also did the script for that. That was a simple wheel control script. And also the Season 3's elevators. The few elevators I made in the base had a piston control script that he put together as well. He's kind of been like my little personal coder, which is kind of cool. It has been quite nice. Oh, I literally can't fly faster than this at this altitude. Damn. So, like, originally for those elevators... Sasha, that's all the beef that I have. I gave you all the beef treats. Stop trying to eat me. Ah! Silly dog. So originally in that Season 3, when I was doing those elevators, I just had it, like, reverse the pistons. And there was, like, multiple pistons, and I'd reverse them in sequence. And so it would take a long time. It would be really annoying. And then he's like... wrote the script to allow you to control pistons, and you can control a whole group of pistons at once. So that allows you to do things like set the speed at which the whole group will move. And so, like, then I did the elevators with that. I played around with it as well. I used it to, if you remember from Escape from Purgatory, Splitsy series, where I came in as the mercenary, we got to the moon and I made that giant ice scraper. That used that script as well. So that was kind of fun. Can we fly over this mountain? I wonder how high we can get. See if we can gain another 500 meters. I want to see what my flight ceiling is here. I want to see if I can fly over this mountain, so I could direct route home. Still, like, with Splitsy? Still chat with him? I mean, yeah. I mean, every so often, throw some messages each other's way on Discord. At the moment, we have no plans for any other future collaborations. We're just doing our own things right now. Eventually, there'll be something, I assume. We will make another series of some kind. There's a couple other little mini-series I want to do soon. I'm thinking after I'm done this season, I'd like to do a mini-series before I do my next season. Because it would just allow me to do some variety. And I think I'm going to make it over this mountain. Okay, it's going to get loud. I'm gotta go into the cockpit. Yeah, we're just about at height. 1,500. Okay. Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll get over this, then we'll drop down to, we'll, like, descend like a whole kilometer once we get on the other side of this mountain. We should be fine. Oh, hi, puppy. Oh, yes, yes, you are. Do you want your little chew toy? You know, this thing, friend got her a chew toy and she's already destroying it. It's like you've had this chew toy for a day and it's already partly destroyed. A fishbone chew toy looking thing. Chomp, but don't eat. That's the problem with Sasha. She'll just eat anything you put in front of her. So I gotta keep my eyes on you, dog, when you're chewing this. You can only chew it when I'm around. That's it. Bite it. Oh, bite it. Good girl. Take it. Bite it. You had a few too many people trying to backseat the game, but I'm glad you're taking it in stride. Yeah. Well, one thing I do is I just simply don't read my YouTube comments. Some people may not like that because I'm essentially ignoring them. I do it for my sanity. I found reading YouTube comments in the past started to make me second guess myself and feel depressed and that I wasn't really doing things correctly. And then I looked at myself and went, why the hell am I doing that to myself? And then I stopped reading the comments and just started making content I enjoyed. And I was happier for it. Now there is food and water here. Excellent. Although I don't really need it. Get 75 water. We can make it home. So when people try to tell me what to do, I just tune them out. We can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh! And drop a whole kilometer here. Get down into some. The air is too thin up here. We don't have enough speed. Good dog. Yeah, we got about another, say, 45 minutes in the stream. We got to fly home for the next, like, 10. And then once we're there, we'll dig out a little bit of area around the base so that I can get in there and set up the nuclear the uranium centrifuges. And once that's running, that's probably good. That should probably take about 45 more minutes. Such a good puppy. In the future, I'm going to set up a webcam pointing at the dog bed while I'm streaming. So you will have the game running. And then over top of whichever corner, probably top right, we're going to have puppy camera. And that'll be on my streams. No matter what I'm doing, instead of a face cam or something like that, there will be a puppy camera. Hell yeah. At the moment, I've been struggling to try to make a lifeboat with a water mod, but opening the door sinks the boat. Yes. Oh. Yeah, that kind of sucks. When you have those really small boats, you essentially have to treat it like a submarine and have airlocks, or treat it like it's a spacecraft. You have to have an airlock. When you have a bigger boat, you can make the hold and seal that, and then you can have an unsealed cabin up top, and that floats on top of the sealed hold. But then you also want to make sure you go into your hold and you probably segment it at least like 3 times or so that way if one portion of it floods, like becomes unsealed, then you don't immediately sink. Which is what I've done for the Marauder. So, I think I can do that here. Alright, you fly that way. I'm going back to the Marauder. If we go inside the Marauder, we have the front section here, which has the... This is the front, right? Yes, that is the front. We have the front section here. It contains the reverse thrusters and this empty space. And that's it. And then there's a wall. And we go through the wall. And then we're into the main component section. We've got the forward thrusters, we've got gyros, we've got build repairs, we've got a large cargo container, we've got all of our fuel tanks. And then a wall. We go through that wall into the rear section, which contains left and right thrusters, the engines, and some additional forward thrusters. If one of those sections... Actually, I think I can lose actually 2 sections, and the thing still barely floats. So it only needs 1 of 3. And especially if I'm using... I actually use the autopilot script for planes on the boat, but I set the pitch and the tilt to be 0 degrees so that it's just worrying about my heading, and in that case it's essentially just a boat thing. Yeah, you need bulkheads. You need to have... You take your ship body and then you cut it into at least 3, if not 4, and you seal that in the hull. And in that way also, if you go down into the hull and you have like a door auto closer script somewhere on your thing, you can open a door, go down, it'll close behind you, and then you can have doors in between your sections. And then as you open and close those doors, it'll all be sealed. And so it's fine.
Chewing that? Chewing that? You gonna eat it? Can't eat it. Stop eating. For chewing.
Silly dog. I have a question. What is the largest plane that you can build? Could you build a C5 Galaxy? Sure. I actually have a C5 Galaxy setup in my single-player testing world, where I have all my planes and I did all my like plane and tank development for Wrong Way Up. I have a C5 Galaxy outline sitting there. It's just some random C5 Galaxy from the workshop. It's just the armor blocks, because that's all it was just a bunch of armor blocks in the shape of a C5 Galaxy. And it would take like probably a good 5 or 6 hours of me tinkering with it in order to build it out into something that is actually a functional plane. But theoretically, yeah, I can make a C5 Galaxy fly. I've also got some flying fortresses and stuff like that in that save that I could conceivably make. I was gonna do that for Wrong Way Up, but then it ran out of time. I didn't have it developed, and I had to use my C-130 in that final fight.
You're not supposed to eat that. You're just supposed to chew it. Now, come here.
Are you actually getting some of this off of here, or are you just chewing this to smithereens? I can't tell. It looks like you're getting the tiniest little bits. Alright. I don't see any large bits missing. You can keep going. Good dog. You excited for the SE update? Yes! Oh god, I'm so excited for that update. Are you kidding? The ability to do a lot of that autopiloting and little drones and all that stuff, it's always been lacking. There's always been real issues with the drones in this game. Like, if you make waypoints and auto docking and stuff like that, and if you have the drones have, what was it, mixed thrust? Like, if you had the drones, it's this really weird error. It's so annoying with drones. If you had a drone on the moon that was using a combination of atmospherics and hydrogen, no wait, atmospherics and ions, atmospheric and hydrogen, I can't remember exactly what it is because I haven't played with this error in a while. The code for it figuring out how to fly to locations would think that the thrusters that don't currently work in that atmosphere type are working, and therefore it would think it has more thrust than it does. It would set the overrides to be a lower amount, and so the thing would sort of slowly sink and then crash because it was not smart enough to figure this out. Like, if the thing was entirely hydrogen, it worked fine, but if it was a mix of thrusters, it had issues. And so even with just that, I hope they fix that kind of issues. I'm so excited about making it just a fleet of little drones, like little attack ships and little mining ships and cargo ships. And oh, I'm excited for that. Then the event controller is going to be great, where I'm going to be able to go in and say, if therefore, like, if yes, then this. Like, if else statements, essentially, without having to be able to code. So good. To be able to just say, like, if cargo full, send drone on its way. Like, put a drone in a pattern flying around the base, and if drone runs out of fuel, send drone back for more. Pick up more fuel, continue flying. Like, if drone full of fuel, go back to patrol. Just that. Like, those kind of things. So amazing. You guys liking the snow? It is rare for this location to get some snow. It's quite nice. We have a couple inches right now. It's been snowing all day, and it's going to accumulate all night. And the city's essentially going to shut down, which is kind of fun. Hooray for global warming. That's a touchy subject. And a bit more complicated. But, yeah. Yeah, the AC on yesterday. The air conditioner. Where are you that you need an air conditioner? I guess somewhere tropical? I don't know. It is -5 Celsius here. Is it still -5? Oh, I gotta go check the internet. Is it still -5 or is it colder? It's -5. Georgia, the country or the state? It's 26C here. Damn! That cold! Thankfully, I don't have to live through that again. Here on the West Coast, we're surrounded by so much ocean. It's so much of a buffer for the cold that we never really get below, like, -5. Because the ocean just goes, I don't know, we'll suck up that heat energy for you. And it radiates out. Because the ocean, it gets cold, but it's only, like, it gets down to, like, refrigerator temperatures, like 3 or 4. And it'll stay there. +2 here on the other side of Canada. Oh, yeah, East Coast, like Halifax kind of area or somewhere else. The flame in your lighter froze the other day. Georgia State AC on. Oh, jeez, what is that? Ah, okay. Turn. Oh, God. We back control my plane. Woo, baby. I was flying directly at those guys. I thought they were coming at me, but it was me that was flying directly at them. Okay. Make a series where I'm only in space and I have all the ore on asteroids. Well, then you're gonna like the next season, because that's essentially what the next season's gonna be. I've been playing way too much. It's not Space Engineers anymore. It's been like base engineering engineers in season 2, and then rover engineers in season 3, and season 4 here is like plane and boat engineers. Season 5 is getting back proper to space engineers. Okay, these guys. Oh, that's loud. Okay, press the button. Don't route clear, damn it! Don't fly me at these guys. Route clear. Okay. Fly over this way. Should be able to fly around this end. Nice and safe. Oh, no, 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 no. I'm not approaching. I'm not approaching. I am flying away. I am flying away. You're moving to Japan? Nice! I wanna live in Japan, but I don't really, and they really... It's like, I'd like to do there for the culture, but I kinda don't want to, because I like Canada. Oh, military. Getting deployed over there. See, I just want to go visit. Next time, I want to go... I gotta go for my martial arts. I'm not allowed to rank up any higher in my martial arts without going over to Japan. No, my wheels do not retract on this version. I want to make a better version of this plane where the wheels do retract. But that's for the future. And then also because, you know, I'm an anime freak. And I want to buy a bunch of anime stuff. Ah, for your dad. That's fun. I mean, it depends on your age. It may be kind of fun. Go to a Japanese school or something. There we go. Hero's Pride. 13. Welcome. One of our youth. Oh, yeah. Damn, he's tiny little thing. There we go. That is a tiny ass little ship. It's got all three. It's got Atmos and Ions and Hydros. It's a good looking ship. You way too much Greeble for me. So Move 5 a.m. there, damn. Yeah, you should go to sleep. I ever considered doing a drone-only run where you can only remote control ships? I thought of that. I thought of doing that, where I'm like, I am in a box, essentially, and I can't leave, except for I can sit in a chair, and I can look through a screen, and I can remote control drone around, and everything. Everything is remote controlling a drone. I thought about doing that. I am not approaching! You were over there. You're like 10 kilometers away. Or are you shooting at something else? You're shooting at something else. What are you shooting at is a very good question. I have no idea what you're shooting at. But it's not me, so I don't care. Alright, we'll cut the engines. And we'll go into a glide. And we're actually... Yep, we're maintaining our speed here. We're actually slightly gaining speed. So this is our glide slope. What are we at? We're at minus 22 degrees or something like that. Minus 26 real slope. So it's a very steep glide slope. But we do have a glide slope. Gotta get back in line of the runway here. Turn in. Lined up. The last minute we need to flare. Get over that pipeline. Slightly aim upwards, land on the back wheels, and bounce it. And we're home. Nice. What's my setup? I mean, like my computer? I believe I have in my descriptions, I have what my computer is. I believe it is there. And now we just need to park on up. If I aim for the left side of this block, I should. Connect. And then we've got my piston. This is for the C-130. And we reversed our docking pistons. Those guys come down. They pull it up. Keep it up off of the thing. And we can see that we are pretty much aligned. Now the uranium should have been sucked out of there. And it would have been sucked along that pipeline. And then through this pipeline. Over to this building. Through into there. Over this way. Oh, good night. See you next time. Thank you for coming out to the stream. And into these cargo buffers here, which they need to clear out that stuff. And you can see uranium is currently being sucked out and put into the crushers and the purifiers and creating beautiful, beautiful uranium. Go uranium. And we should have purified uranium somewhere. And this should be able to be... is it being changed into nuclear fuel? Where is my purified uranium going? Is it going into these things? No, refineries aren't handling it. These aren't handling it. So I should have purified uranium going somewhere. Although I'm not sure where. Purifier. Purified uranium. There it is. So it's off. 1.1 thousand purified uranium ore.
Dog, chewing that thing? Don't eat it. You chew it. Good girl.
Okay, so now I need some uranium centrifuges in order to process that stuff. what I want to do is put it in behind these things. I don't want to do that there. I am going to pop down right here. Through the floor, down to here. And what I can do is I can cut this out. And there's a refinery. And now I can get some conveyors. And make a junction going out from that. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I got some steel plate for that. This takes steel plate to start as well. So what I should be able to do is just quite simply put a reinforced straight bit right there. Pop. And close that back up. We can pop out somewhere else. Build repairs. Get on it. Thank you. And then we should be able to plug the thing right into there. Plug. And why not plug the next one right into the back of this one. Plug. And then the building repairs can build those up. There we go. Then I'll just pop out right here.
Inventory full.
And it's like no one was ever there. And now I got some centrifuges. That was easy. Centrifuge. And there we go. It's got uranium. We have depleted uranium. MDU. Oh my god, I can make depleted uranium rounds now. Okay. If I go into my munitions factory, one of them, doesn't really matter what. You see these stuff? These duop shells? I can make depleted uranium shells now. Fuck yeah. So that means also I can make railgun ammunition now, which means I can make railguns. Yeah, baby. Oh, and this Kasaba ammo. Oh, if I'm not mistaken, this ammo is ridiculous. This ammo is like a spread scatter shot. Like you fire it, it goes out, and before its enemy, it explodes, and then it goes like boom and like shoots another shell from there. Oh, yes, baby. Oh, and I can make guided ammo with silver. This adds like a little bit of like makes the shell have a little bit of tracking to it. It's like those artillery shells that have fins on them that automatically turn into the target. It's God, she's shredding this. Okay, you're not. I don't see any big chunks. You can keep going. Keep chewing on it, girl. Good dog. Can we just go green? Not the glow-in-the-dark kind? That's awesome. Too bad there's like... Oh, we need like a... Ah, it is! This is 30mm duo. There's depleted uranium rounds. Yes! I can outfit the... I can outfit the Warthog with depleted uranium rounds now. Yeah! Stick a railgun on the ship? Definitely. Next time it's back here, I'll do some upgrades. Yeah, it's better than 229 to furniture. That is for sure. But I can do railguns. Hell yeah, baby! So there's the 75mm railgun. There is the 250mm railgun. Oh, god damn. So what is this thing? Max AI range of 3 kilometers. Max shell range, that's if you're taking control, of 8. Max AI range of 5 with a shell range of 10k. And the 150 millimeter, which is max AI range of 4 with a shell range of 10k. But look at that. Max AI of 5 kilometers. Oh. Oh, that's tasty. That's tasty. I totally need to make one of those. Okay. I wonder... I have the 203s up here. Should I cut all these 203s down and replace it with one of these... one of these 250 millimeter railguns? Or should I just leave the 203s up there because they look good? I could put a railgun somewhere else, though. I could actually put a railgun, like, over here. On this thing. Or somewhere else. I can make another little turret somewhere. Like a little railgun thing, like, up on this hill or here or something. Where's the extent of my shield? Ah, there it is. So, I could make a little railgun base, like, right here. Where this tree is. I cut down this tree and put a railgun there. And then just have, like, a railgun turret. Blow the world up. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, that's gonna be so tasty when it's done. Get some food and water. There we go. Okay. We have essentially figured out our goals for this episode. 75mm railguns. Powerline mod. Yes, I love the Powerline mod. I wish that was vanilla. But I do like the 203s up here. I think this thing looks good. It just needs to have, we'll do an addition. We'll do a little railgun bunker thing there. Alternatively, although this is probably still a good thing to hear, the anti-missile laser beam thing is good to have up here. One thing, you haven't tried IO before? Is it worth? It's interesting, to say the least. It is way more complex. It'll take you a lot longer to make basic equipment, and the dog needs to be let out. She's whimpering at the door like a little winky. Come here. You wanna go out? You wanna go outside? You wanna go out? Okay, let's go out. Gotta let her out. Be right back. Oh, she's out there just flying around in the snow, just enjoying it. Woo. But I could totally set up a railgun somewhere here, like on top of there, or even with some like ridiculous range. Like that would be in range. That's incredible. That would be in range. Like, we take a look at where this thing is. And you imagine flying by a base over there and just going like, yeah, whatever. And then all of a sudden, woof, a railgun round goes through your ship and just punches a hole through it. And you're like, what the fuck? And that's how far away we can shoot with a railgun at this base. So... I am very excited for that. Other thing I'm thinking of is for power. Power. We have our uranium now. We have a nuclear reactor, and we have our steam turbines and our steam pipes and stuff. IO is more satisfactory type progression where you need layers of production rather than just assembler. Exactly. So for example, let me show you. This base here, see all of this? This is an end-level industrial overhaul factory. So, like, let me walk through this for a second real quick. This is my inputs. Like, this is a high level. Normally, you would just immediately go to refining the stuff. But this is crushing the material, then purifying it, and then sending it down the pipes. And then it's coming over here to the different refineries. We have normal refineries, which do certain materials. We have chemical refineries, which do certain materials. We have basic refineries, which do certain materials. You need all of them because they don't do each other's materials. These are the nuclear refineries, the centrifuges that I just added. And then those all go into my storage. And then those all get fed out through here to wire drawers, extruders, fabricators, assemblers, plate stamps, these are microelectric. This is like cement kilns and chemical things. I can't remember the exact name. This is advanced assemblers, and these are nano assemblers. You need all of this to build the advanced components. It's like, can you imagine a jump drive? Where in regular space engineers you would need an assembler and a refinery, and that's it. You can build anything as long as you have the materials. You can only get jump drive stuff from this thing, but this particular block needs this entire factory in order to support it. Otherwise, it can't have the resources it needs. There's also some really interesting things, such as recipes have changed to need you need previous materials. So, oh god, there she is again. She wants in. I'll just bring this up really quickly. So, like, there's large steel tubes. That takes iron. But then if I go to a assembler, you can see that a motor takes large steel tubes. So you have to take one thing and have a process of steel tube, and then use the steel tube to make the motor. What? Normally this would just be more iron, but this needs electromagnets, which are a thing, large steel tubes, which are a thing, and copper wire, which is a thing. But electromagnets are in the fabricator, and the electromagnets take copper wire themselves, which takes more copper. So there's like layers and layers of copper. It's really, well, really weird and really cool. And I gotta get my dog. 1 second. God, she must have been rolling around outside because she's absolutely coated in snow. Damn. Yeah. Hydrocarbon processing and aluminum fabrication is somewhere else. Yeah, this is just basic materials. Then, over here, we have hydrocarbons from oil and gas going through crackers and like these things, whatever these are, can't remember their name, into these refineries, finally turning into gasoline, which then is burned in these engines for power. And like some of their resources, their byproducts, like byproducts of this setup, like sulfur, are brought over here in order to be made into ammunition, because you need the byproducts of that. And also part of this is over here at this base. This is like an AI base that I've added to. This is where I'm processing my niter, which is part of gunpowder. So like there is a ridiculous quantity of infrastructure and processing steps in Industrial Overhaul. It is not for the faint of heart. Once you get into it, you're going to have to build a giant processing base. It's easier if you put everything into one building, that's for sure, because then it can all connect through your conveyor system. But it's been an absolute blast trying to figure it all out with separate buildings and like how I can transfer stuff around. But Industrial Overhaul has been really fun. All right, what do we got here? We've been streaming for just about 3 hours. We're going to wrap it up soon, next few minutes. I'm just going to talk about what will probably be the next episode. I think this building here, we have these two warfare reactors, which gas-cooled fission thing. We just put reactor, like put fuel into here, and this is made. We just need to make more reactor components, which I don't think we're making right now. We can go check to see what those need, because they are either advanced or nano. One of the two. They're down on this end. Reactor components, yeah. Silver, plastic, carbon, concrete. So, advanced assembler. My master one. We are missing items. Which we might be missing something like concrete. Are we? No, we got that. What could you be missing? Carbon? No, we got a ton of that. That's for the lithium-ion batteries. We just need iron, concrete, carbon, silver, and plastic. Iron, concrete, carbon, silver, and plastic. Why aren't you building then? We have 600 something reactor components. We should be able to build those. Strange. Let's see if we can make this work. We'll just clean out these resources real quick and see if it redraws the resources properly. Or I can't see why we're not building this. It says it got 0 carbon, but no, we've got carbon. It's in my other building. That's why. My carbon's over here. See, this is the problem with my base being separated into several different buildings. I have issues like this, where something isn't working, and it's because my carbon is here. I have the materials, I just don't have it in the factory right now. And so, if I do this, and I put that carbon in, now, my advanced assembler is working. Hey, we're building reactor components. There we go. So dumb. No, not those yet. We need like thousands of these, man. We might as well build a few thousand. There we go. So, I'll have to move some resources around and do some fun stuff. But, I was thinking for the next episode, we'll get it all set up. and possibly expand this building. I'm thinking I slice down a few bits of this building, I extend it out a little bit. I could build a pipeline connection across, or I can just use the truck to pull over all the carbon at once, and I'll be done. And we have a nuclear reactor. Actually, do this fit inside? I will answer the question when the series is over in just a moment here. This would not fit inside. It's too tall. I could theoretically... I have a little bit of extra space to go downwards, but no. Connect them all with underground tunnels. I could, except they're all slightly off from each other. It'd be possible, yeah. But I'm not doing that right now. I need to just move stuff around. Okay, so I have this big nuclear reactor. I'm contemplating what I can do is I can extend this building and put it in right here. And have a... I don't know, I kind of like this, how this building is just this. I could put this nuclear reactor on its side or something in here. But that's kind of silly. I think I just need to build a reactor house. Build something for it. Or take this place down. Like, strip this building down a bit. And make it a couple blocks taller. And rebuild it properly and put that reactor in the back. I don't know. I need to figure that out. But the plan is to essentially do steam in the next episode. So put down this nuclear reactor and put down some steam power and create a steam powered thing, which would probably be like here. I'll extend this building and maybe make this building just a bit bigger. And I have infinite gold now from the gold mine, so I can pull down this thing here and remake the field emitters and stuff like that I use for it, and move the thing up a couple blocks. Alternatively, I could actually just slice it off. It's part of the mod that I have that I can disconnect a block and then I can move it up a couple blocks and then reconnect it to the thing. So I'm going to do that kind of stuff in the next episode. Expand this building, move the shield, and make this building into a nuclear reactor building. It should work. Need to reinforce concrete. I could do that. When is the series over? I see. Sorry, I'm getting to your question. What are we on right now? Let me check. Which episode? My finished videos folder. We on episode 58. I would like to end this series by 70. It's like 12 more episodes. I'd like to do that, not including the streams in between them. Like, at maximum, I want to do by 70. So, essentially, once I do nuclear and steam, that's pretty much all that Industrial Overhaul has to show for it. Like, there's deuterium and stuff like that, but that's, like, weird. So I wasn't going to deal with that. Night count on my pillow summons. Have a good night. Go one short of 70. Oh, do a nice episode? Yeah. We'll do that. We'll try to end it by the nice number. But, yeah, once we get to... once we get that power, we really don't need anything else. And that's the end of Industrial Overhaul. Because this is like deuterium, and that's like space stuff. And this is like really high-end like space shit that I'm never gonna touch with this mod, like on planet here. So I don't need to worry about that. But yeah, that should be good. The goal essentially is to I could probably have a rough timeline here. I'll do it really quickly after answering this question. Do you have a set time to my stream, or is it random? Completely random. Completely random. If you're in my Discord, I will probably talk about when I'm going to stream. I'll be like, I'll probably stream tonight, sort of thing. But I never have any set time. But for future episodes, it's probably going to be, because we are at 58, so like next episode will be like nuclear power, making some depleted uranium, showing off the fact that the Warthog is now nuclear powered, probably doing some upgrades to the C-130 to make it nuclear powered. Episode after that, we'll be doing some more base upgrades and exploration of the map. Now that I have more nuclear power and I can basically fly forever. Episode after that will be another multiplayer episode, probably set up some more storyline, probably maybe lose some combat, have some cool stuff happen. Maybe upgrade some, make another like attack helicopter or something to use in the final bit of series. Then make railguns, upgrade my defenses, upgrade my shield a bit, do another multiplayer episode where they attack me. I don't know. From there, it should be then me building a ship to escape the planet, and that would be me building the next season's starter ship. And stop whimpering at me, dog. I'm wrapping up the stream. I will be playing with you in 5 minutes if you be quiet. Be making next season's starter ship, which I have pretty much figured out of what the thing's going to look like, and then blasting off into space, grabbing the jump coordinates, jump module location at those coordinates, and heading off into the next season. That's kind of the feel of what's going to end. So a few more episodes of building, and then a bit of combat, and then some last minute exploration, and a satisfying explosion filled end. And then off to the next series, which will be real orbits, real thrust. It is going to be essentially Kerbal Space Engineers with a completely custom solar system that someone is making for me that I have no idea what it is. They are making the system, and they are not even posting teasers. So I have no concept of where any of the planets are. All I know is that there's like 8 planets, and they're all around a gas giant. And I actually have to properly orbit this stuff. And so my starting ship is going to be a space plane that I'll be able to use to go from planet to planet and then land on some place and then set up. It's going to be good. Essentially, my starting ship is going to look... Imagine this, but longer and a little better built. This is essentially it. This is very slapdash. I sort of put it together as the series went on. Something that was purposely made to be a space plane with hydrogen thruster and all that kind of stuff. I know, puppy. I'm just about wrapping up. God, my dog is going nuts, and therefore I'm going to leave the stream there. I hope you guys had a wonderful time. We got a fair amount of stuff done. We got that uranium setup mining at the North Pole, and we've got the processing done here, and we've changed the Warthog into running off of nuclear fuel, and we're ready for the next episode of expanding the reactor of our base and setting up steam power with nuclear power. Thank you for watching the stream, and hope everybody has a wonderful day. And I will definitely do some more episodes and do some more streams and such before the holidays. So I'll have another opportunity in the future to say happy holidays. But if you don't show up, have a happy holidays, wonderful Christmas, and a joyous New Year. As always, good hunting out there.